2026 DMV Written Test 50. Most Asked Questions and Answers. Ultimate DMV Practice. Test Study Guide, all 50 states, road signs. Questions 1. What does a red octagon sign mean? Stop. Come to a complete stop before the line. 2. What does a yellow diamond sign mean? Warning. Slow down and prepare for hazards. 3. What does a white rectangular sign mean? Regulatory sign. Laws you must obey. 4. What does a flashing red light mean? Stop completely before proceeding. 5. What does a flashing yellow light mean? Proceed with caution. 6. What does a solid yellow line mean? No passing if on your side. 7. What does a broken white line mean? Lane changes allowed when safe. 8. What does a double solid yellow line mean? No passing in either direction. 9. What does a school zone sign indicate? Reduce speed and watch for children. 10. What does a yield sign mean? Slow down and give right of way. Speed and distance questions. 11. What is the safe following distance rule? The 3-second rule, increase in bad weather. 12. When should you reduce speed? In rain, fog, snow, construction, school zones. 13. What is hydroplaning? When tires lose contact with wet pavement. 14. How do you correct a skid? Steer in the direction you want the front of the car to go. 15. What is the maximum speed in most residential areas? Typically 25 miles per hour. Check state laws. Right-of-way questions 16. Who has right-of-way at a four-way stop? First vehicle to stop. 17. Who has a right-of-way when turning left? Oncoming traffic going straight. 18. Must you yield to pedestrians? Yes, always at crosswalks. 19. Who yields at a T intersection? Traffic on the road ending must yield. 20. Do emergency vehicles have right-of-way? Yes. Pull over immediately. Alcohol and DUI questions 21. What is the legal BAC limit for drivers over 21? 0.08%. 22. What is the BAC limit for drivers under 21? Zero tolerance, usually 0.01 to 0.02%. 23. What happens if you refuse a breath test? Automatic license suspension. 24. How does alcohol affect driving? Slows reaction time and judgment. 25. Can prescription drugs affect driving? Yes, many impair driving ability. Safe driving practices. 26. When should you use headlights? Between sunset and sunrise or low visibility. 27. When should you signal? At least 100 feet before turning. 28. How do you handle tailgaters? Slow gradually or change lanes safely. 29. What should you do in fog? Use low beams only. 30. What should you do if your brakes fail?
50% of people fail their license test. Pass on your first try with DMVTestMaster. Try for free.
31.
Be smart. Register
Can you turn
now.
right on red? Yes, after full stop unless prohibited. 32. How do you make a proper left turn? Turn into the nearest legal lane. 33. When can you pass on the right? When vehicle ahead is turning left. 34. What is improper lane change? Changing lanes without signaling or checking blind spots. 35. When must you use turn signals? Every lane change and turn. Parking questions. 36. How close can you park to a fire hydrant? Typically 15 feet. 37. Can you park on a crosswalk? No. 38. How do you park uphill with a curb? Turn wheels away from curb. 39. How do you park downhill with a curb? Turn wheels toward curb. 40. Can you park in front of a driveway? No. Defensive driving. 41. What is defensive driving? Anticipating hazards and preparing for others' mistakes. 42. What is distracted driving? Driving while texting, eating, adjusting devices. 43. Is texting while driving legal? No in most states. 44. What should you check before driving? Mirrors, seatbelt, fuel, lights. 45.
50% of people
What is
fail
the
their
safest
license
candidate
test.
condition?
Pass on your first try with
9 and 3 o'clock.
DMVTestMaster. Try
Sharing
for
the
free.
road.
Be smart. Register now.
46. How do you pass a motorcycle? Full lane. Never share lane. 47. When must you stop for a school bus? When red lights flash. 48. What is the move-over law? Move over for emergency vehicles. 49. How much space should you give cyclists? At least 3 feet. 50. Must you yield to blind pedestrians? Yes, always.